I want to touch on the international career. Obviously playing for Canada. We spoke a little bit about it here and there. It's a big year, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's a big year. There's a tournament at the end of it,
Yeah.
a World Cup that you are obviously co-hosting with Mexico and the US. Obviously, aside from smashing it with Hull and pushing for promotion, that's got to be a big focus of this season for you in the back of your mind, getting back to fitness and working your way back into that international setup.
Yeah, of course. This is, I feel, again, like a once-in-a-lifetime thing. Like, I don't think many people get to host World Cups and have it in your home country. So obviously it's a massive thing for me. Of course, my main focus throughout the year is getting Hull as close to being promoted as possible. This is obviously what I would want. My dream is playing in the Premier League, so I obviously want to push Hull and get with Hull to go promoted in the Premier League, obviously. But the end goal this year for me is making sure I'm fit and available for that World Cup, because for me it's probably will be the biggest moment of my life. So I really want to get back involved with the national team. I want to be able to go back in it and hopefully really solidify my starting spot in that team and be able to start games at a World Cup, and hopefully I can score and help be influential. So
you've played at a World Cup already, correct? Qatar World Cup.
Yeah.
So who were Canada against in those fixtures?
Yeah, we had an easy group: Belgium, Morocco, and Croatia.
Oh yeah.
Group. No, honestly, mate, like the group was ridiculous. Like the standard in the group was ridiculous. I think, obviously, Belgium, at the time was I think second or third ranked in the world, and De Bruyne, obviously watching him live, he's a top player, and you see the things he does, and this is another thing. Like I just wanted to learn. Like for me, that was my first experience at World Cup, and I wanted to learn what top players do, and I would sit on the bench and just fully watch these players and just see what they're doing and try and take something from it. De Bruyne was an unbelievable player at the time. We obviously lost 1-0 in that game, but I felt like we could have won that game.
Yeah,
I
remember that being
was
close,
our best game. I feel like we missed a penalty. I feel like Jonathan David had a couple chances he could have scored. And yeah, it was just what it was. And then we had Croatia the next game, and within 3 minutes, Alphonso Davies scores to the back post.
Yeah.
And we all go crazy, like unbelievable moment. And I felt like, in my opinion, we almost felt like we made it because we were so good against Belgium. We scored against Croatia, and then Croatia just had to humble us real quick. They were just like, listen, like this is why we make semifinals and finals of World Cups. Like, and they just brought out the pure class, and Modric and Kovacic and all these guys were there and just taking the piss. Like,
what is that difference? How does experience manifest itself in a game like that? How can you tell?
Yeah, I think like for me the biggest thing is like I feel like we scored and we instantly went like on the defense. We were like, okay, we scored, like let's hold out this lead. Where Croatia like conceded, and it was almost like we've been here before. Like no problem. Like we'll get out of this, And I feel like that's the experience that we have, like from the players who were at the last World Cup to this next one we're gonna go to. I feel like that's the experience that we have now. Is like we've gone through that. Like we've gone through that initial excitement and official rashness of being your first World Cup in 30-something years, and now we're doing back-to-back where we can be like, okay, we've experienced this before, like now we know what to do, hopefully. So I hope that this time it's like we do better and whatnot. But yeah, like honestly, we had great teams. Two of the teams from our group made semifinals, both of them, Morocco and Croatia.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Yeah, of course.
So obviously it was a very tough group, and for me, for our first World Cup in 30 years, we did really well. So we take the positives from it and we try and do better the next one. So,
yeah, of course. And then there's a player, the name escapes me, Lionel Messi, something like that.
I don't know if I remember.
That I think you might have shared the pitch with.
Yeah, I might have. Yeah.
How was that? Tell us about Messi. How do you go into a game and plan for Lionel Messi?
You can't.
Is it?
You can't. Like honestly, you can't. Our whole week was just about Messi. Like stop Messi, and we just couldn't. We did both times. Whole game plan, stop Messi, and it was just impossible.
Are you having meetings on that?
Yeah, of course.
How to stop Messi?
Of course, how to stop him. But it's just impossible. Like I've never experienced anything like it in my life. I swear to God, it was honestly like people say he's like an alien. He's an alien. Like it's impossible, mate. Like he just walks.
Yeah.
He just walks around the pitch. He just glides, and you just don't know where he is half the time. Like I think in the first game we man marked him. We had a player on him the whole game, and he just gets out of every situation. And then you think, okay, so like I remember being behind him in this one situation. I remember being behind him, and he's turned on the half turn, and I've seen, I think it was Julian Alvarez running behind, and I've gone, oh, he's gonna play it there, and then out of nowhere on the left side, like he's looking over here, by the way. Over there is the boy from Sevilla, left back. He's played for Sevilla. I forget.
Not Acuna.
Acuna.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure it was Acuna, and Acuna was on the left. and I don't know where, outside the foot, right past, all the way over there, and everyone's like, like, oh, went over there, like, and he just an unbelievable pass in behind, and they almost score from it, and I just remember in that moment being like, how's he seen that? Like, he's looking over there, mate. Like, he's looking over there, outside the foot over there. He's not even looked, and I'm just like, how has he seen that? And I just never understood there was and the only time I ever had an interaction with him was at a corner. And I remember being at the corner, and he's just staring at me. And I look at him, and he's like, and I'm like, what? What do you mean? Shrug your shoulders. Like, what do you mean? And that was it. Like, he just shrugged his shoulders. I just laughed it off, and I was like, wow, this, like, the aura from this guy I never felt anything like it. The aura was unbelievable.
I was going to ask you if you would shit talk Lionel Messi.
Nah, never.
You told us on this podcast earlier that anyone you play against, you talk to, you give him a stare if you go past him. Would you leave a shoulder in?
I feel like, again, like, I feel like he's just an alien. Like, I feel like it's just a different beast. Like, I feel like to be fair, I did like try and tackle him a couple times. I think I did once, but
that's a claim to fame.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's good.
Like I think I did once, but again, like, he's just an alien. Like, I think the only time I ever felt more aura in my life was we were playing France in France, and Mbappe didn't start, and he came on to warm up, and the whole crowd started cheering. It was got up to warm up, and I was like, oh my god. I was like, wait, have they just scored? Like, honestly, man, it was mental. But it was a cool experience. I've definitely played in some big games in my life, so it's quite cool that I've been able to experience like top level players and that. So,
are there any other players? You mentioned Modric, Messi, Kovacic as well. Are there any other like players of that caliber that you've played against and just been wowed by?
Conte.
Really?
Honestly, mate. Oh my god. Like, no joke. We played France, and to be fair, we played really well. Like, I think we drew 0-0. I hit the crossbar. I wish I scored. Like, I dribbled like the whole length of the pitch. I cut and hit the crossbar. And I was raging. I was like, almost. Almost,
that fits the podcast.
Nearly,
great story. Yeah.
And it was just like, and I remember Conte in that game. Like, he was just the best player on the pitch. Like, everything. He was always everywhere. Like, and he's playing in Saudi at the time as well. It's not even like he's playing for Chelsea. Like, he's playing in Saudi, and he's all over the pitch. He's everywhere. He gets every single ball. He makes so many chances for France. Like, and I remember like being really like I knew he was good, but I was really impressed with him. Like, he was really good.
Is that just kind of like the foresight that he has to see? Because the cliche about him is that he runs a lot, and obviously everyone knows that, but it's not just that, right? It's like knowing where to get the balls.
No, like, for sure, he's very clever. Like I think his positioning, like where the ball's gonna drop, is so good. You know, it's almost like in football, like, it's hard to explain, but you can almost like tell where things are gonna fall, like, by just like repeatedly seeing these actions all the time. And I feel like he just has that to a T. Like, he just knows that, like, if the ball goes in this place, it's probably going to end up somewhere in this area, so I should probably stand there. And he's just always there. So, yeah, he's just...
It's a bit of a tangent, but one player... I'm a big Crystal Palace fan. One player who has that better than I've ever seen any Palace player have is Daichi Kamada, who the Japanese midfielder. We started playing him deeper last season. It was just like every time a ball fell somewhere, he was there. And it was like, this isn't by accident. Like, it's obviously something you just pick up through repeated actions and experience.
Some players are just that intelligent. Like Conte, like him, he's probably just that intelligent where he just knows. Like, it's just like an instinct thing. Like, he probably just he doesn't probably think about it. In his mind, he's just like, probably gonna go there, so I'll just stand there, and then he's just there. Yeah. So it's just like so many players are just that intelligent where they can do that. You know. So. Yeah.
On the upcoming World Cup, have you got any teams that you would love to face? I feel like we spoke about England, obviously, in the past. You'd absolutely love to play against us.
Yeah, I feel like being in England for so long, I would love to play against England, obviously. But, you know, I'm pretty sure we're in pot 1 because we're hosting, so I don't think that's possible.
Sure. I'm not sure. I haven't looked into it yet. Yeah.
Well, I think England technically haven't qualified yet, have we? I don't know.
I'm
not sure.
Yeah.
But, like, if England's in pot 1, I don't think it's possible.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
So I don't know. I feel like England's just the main one for me. I feel like, you know, I've lived here for so long now. I've played here for so long now that, like, it would just be a surreal moment for me to play against, like, you know, players. And obviously I played with Curtis and stuff, so he'll probably be there. So like, you know, and whatnot. And who knows? But yeah, I think England's probably the one I want to play against.
When you play against, like, your friends, which I'm sure you've done before, like, is that a bit weird, or are you so locked in the way you spoke about before, like you kind of ignore it?
Like, I feel like when the game starts, I'm fully, like, again, like, I'm very talkative. Like, I love to talk, like, to my friends and stuff. So, like, if I know someone before the game, I'll obviously, like, talk to them before the game, talk to them after the game. But I feel like once I'm in the game, I'm just, like, fully locked in.
Yeah.
Like, obviously, like, the game against Burnley, when I did it, Like, I know Luca Koleosho, who I think has gone back to Espanyol now, but he also played for Burnley, and I know him, and I spoke to him before the game. But when the game starts, like, I don't know
That's
you.
it, yeah.
Like, I'm playing football, like, and then obviously after the game we'll speak as well. But yeah, it's just kind of how I always looked at it. I know some players like laugh and joke with you. Like, I mean, like, listen, if the ball's out of play and like something funny happens, like I'll laugh with you, like, you know what I mean. I'm not like fully like go away, but like I mean like when I'm fully locked in and like there's no like funny moment in the game, I'm not gonna laugh and joke with you really, to be honest. So yeah.